Hello students, today we will be discussing the reaction of metals and non-metals with acids. So let me write down the heading first. Reaction with acids. Okay, reaction with acids. Now, we will be studying about the reactions of acid. Now, there are three different types of acids that you all know. One is hydrochloric acids, HNO3, that is nitric acid, H2SO4, this is sulfuric acids, and these are mostly inorganic acids because if we have studied about this H2CO3. Now this carbon is present, that's why it is an organic acid, and there is no carbon element present, so that's why it is inorganic acids. So these are inorganic acids, this is an organic acid. So this is about the different types of acids. Now, acids, acids can be derived from plants, from animals, from everywhere also. The citric acid, आप अगर लेमन लेते हैं, if you eat oranges, इनमें citric acid होता है, and this terminant, imlis, and this grapes, they have tartric acids, and there's another acid, lactic acid. आपका अगर milk sour हो जाता है या the curd, okay, that have lactic acids in it. Similarly, this is malic acid. अगर आपके पास कोई apple है and it is unripe, that is वो पका हुआ नहीं है, then it will have malic acids. And acetic acid, that is called vinegar, is produced from waste sugar. Now we will be discussing the reactions of metals and then non-metals. So metals with acids. How these metals react with acids? Now, when metals react with acid, they replace, the metal replace hydrogen, and hydrogen gas is released and a salt is formed. And a salt is in a, like this, suppose this is metal, this react with an acid will have an H there. Okay, acid will always have an H element. Okay, then a salt is formed with the release of hydrogen gas. Now students, when this metal react with this acid, then the name of the salt will be metal, and the next name will be of the acid type. Like if it is hydrochloric acid, then the name will be metal chloride. If it is sulfuric acid, then it will be metal sulfuric acid. Okay, metal sulfate. So that's how this name is given. The name of the salt is given like this. Now I'm going to show you three types of reactions of this, how metals react with acids. The first reaction is zinc. Now zinc is a metal. Let us react with hydrochloric acid. Now, hydrogen gas will be released. Now the salt, I have told you the combination of salt will be zinc and hydrogen gas is released. So what is left? Zinc chloride. That is zinc chloride. See the name. Zinc chloride. Now zinc is metal and this chloride comes from the acid part. Okay. Now we will be discussing another reaction of copper with sulfuric acid. Now, copper react with sulfuric acid and it will give you copper sulfate, that is metal plus this part, and it will give you hydrogen gas. Similarly, the magnesium will also react with the nitric acid. We have taken all the three inorganic acids. These are like the strongest acids. We have many other acids also, but these three are the strongest acids. So magnesium, when react with, this nitric acid, it will form magnesium nitrate. Okay, 2HNO3. And now what will happen? A magnesium nitrate will form. That is MgNO3 2 plus H2. This is magnesium nitrate. Okay, so that's how our reaction of metals with acids are completed. Now we will be discussing the activity which is given in your books regarding how metals react with acids and they give out hydrogen gas. Okay, so this metal when react with acids, they generally form salts, and these salts gives us hydrogen oxides. So how will you be testing? You will be testing for hydrogen gas. And how the test for hydrogen is done, take a test tube. Okay, now this is the put zinc in it, put HCl in it. Okay, after this reaction is done, you will be getting zinc chloride plus H2. Now how you will be testing कि hydrogen gas is produced. Bring a matchstick. Okay, एक matchstick लेके आइए flamed. Okay, अगर ये matchstick एक pop sound के साथ burn कर रही है, then hydrogen gas is produced, and this is the test for hydrogen gas. अगर आपको फाइंड करना है कि हाइड्रोजन गैस प्रोड्यूस हो रही है, तो अगर कोई पॉप साउंड के साथ गैस बर्न करती है, दैट मीन्स कि हाइड्रोजन गैस वहाँ पे प्रेजेंट है. सो दिस कंप्लीट्स अ एक्टिविटी दैट इज गिवन इन योर बुक्स. Now, mostly metal displaces hydrogen from acids and form a salts. But there are some metals which do not dissolve in this inorganic acids. They require a very special type of acid, and that acid is called aqua regia. And this aqua regia is a very strong acid, and it is formed by the combination of 1:3 of hydrochloric acid and nitric acids. Among the three, that is hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acid, the strongest acid is sulfuric acid. Now this is the strongest acid than sulfuric acid also. And how it is created? हम 1:3 पार्ट्स में हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड एंड नाइट्रिक एसिड को कंबाइन करते हैं, एंड दैट्स हाउ एक्वा रेजिया इज फॉर्म. एंड दिस एक्वा रेजिया, it can dissolve gold and platinum also. Okay, so gold and platinum do not react with simple acids, they react only with aqua regia. Now we will be discussing how this non-metals react with acids. Okay, so the next heading is how non-metals react with acids. Generally, non-metals do not react with mineral acids. Okay, they do not displace hydrogen from mineral acids, because non-metals are generally electron acceptors. Okay, they accept electron, and this H plus ions, as non-metals are electron acceptor, it cannot give this hydrogen ions electrons. So that's why no reaction takes place with non-metals and acids, as they do not displace hydrogen from mineral acids or inorganic acids. Okay, now we will be studying our next topic, that is reaction with bases. Okay, reaction with, now we have studied reaction with acids, अब हम पढ़ेंगे reaction with bases or alkalis. Now let's first discuss what are bases and what are alkalis. Okay, now bacha base, base and alkali are almost similar, but there's a very minute difference. These both are hydroxide. ये दोनों बच्चा क्या है, हाइड्रोक्साइड्स हैं. But this base are weak hydroxides. And these alkalis are strong hydroxides. Both are hydroxide, but जो strong होती हैं उन्हें हम alkalis कहते हैं, और जो weak होती हैं उन्हें bases कहते हैं. And one more difference is there. These bases are sparingly, that is very weakly, totally not, partially, sparingly soluble होती हैं water में. Okay, just so sparingly soluble in water. And these are strongly soluble in water. Strongly soluble in water. Okay, so this is the difference between bases and alkalis. Now we will be discussing the reaction of nonmetals with bases. Okay, now how our nonmetals react with our bases. When these nonmetals, that is our metal oxides, they are generally in basic in nature. When they react with our bases, that is water, they form sodium hydroxide. I have told you about this reaction. Okay, so Na2O, this is sodium oxide. This is basic in nature, reacts with water, and it will give you sodium hydroxide base. So this is sodium hydroxide base. Okay, now similarly, magnesium oxide when reacts with water will be giving you magnesium hydroxide. Okay, so this is the reactions given in your books. Similarly, we can also write the reaction for potassium. K2O reacts with water and it will be giving you potassium hydroxide base. Okay, this is base, this is base, this is base. And mostly, अगर हम बात करें, these two can be considered as alkalis and can be considered as a base. Now, okay, so mostly more active base corrodes the less active metal. So what happens? More active base corrodes or displaces less active metal. Now we will be discussing the fifth type of reaction, that is displacement reaction. What it is called? It is called displacement reaction, and we can also call it as replacement reaction. Okay, let me write down. Displacement reaction or replacement. As the word suggests, displacement or replacement, इसका मतलब क्या होता है बच्चा, कोई चीज किसी को replace कर रहा है. And how it will be replacing? On the basis of their reactivity. This is copper sulfate is there. This copper sulfate is blue in color, or is called blue vitriol. Okay, and now this blue vitriol, in Hindi it is called Neela Thoda. Okay, this Neela Thoda, when we dip iron in it, a piece of iron is dipped in it, what happens? After some time, you will be seeing this color of the solution. Because it is blue in color, it will change to greenish, blackish color. What it will be changed? It will change into greenish, blackish color. You know why this happens? Why this happens? And because बच्चा ये जो copper है और ये जो iron है, this iron will replace this copper and it will form a solution of ferrous sulfate, and on that piece of iron copper will be deposited. So क्या होगा बच्चा? Iron displace कर देता है, ये replace कर देगा copper को, and it will form copper iron sulfate, and this copper which is displaced वो कहाँ पे deposit होगी? वो deposit होगी that the piece of iron that was there. Okay, so this is the reaction. And how this now? Suppose I am taking the solution, this one, and now I am let's take one another thing. Now I am taking a solution of ferrous sulfate. Okay, I am taking the solution of ferrous or iron sulfate, and I am adding a piece of copper. You know, आपको लगता है कोई रिएक्शन होगा क्या? कॉपर रिप्लेस कर देगा आयरन को? नो, because the reactivity of copper is less than iron and it will not be replacing this iron. Okay, so this iron or this copper are replaced or displaced according to their reactivity, and a reactivity and this series arrangement of metal according to their reactivity is called reactivity series of metal. Now you can see in your books the table is given of the increasing order of reactivity. So the most reactive element is potassium and the least reactive element is platinum. Okay, and hydrogen is coming under the middle category. So hydrogen will be replaced by some and some will not be able to replace hydrogen. Okay, so there are some examples are also given of iron and copper sulfate we have discussed. You know, zinc and copper sulfate. Let's take an example of zinc and copper sulfate. Do you think zinc will replace copper? See the table or the chart given of the reactivity series. You can see zinc comes above copper. So definitely zinc can replace copper and it will form zinc sulfate with copper as a metal. Okay. Similarly, see copper and silver nitrate. Now silver nitrate, silver comes above than copper, it can also replace. Similarly, there's other reactions also. If we take silver and copper sulfate solution or silver and zinc sulfate solution, then it will be giving you no reaction. Okay. So this is about the reactivity or the displacement reactions given in your books. You know, this platinum, gold, to a great extent silver are least reactive metals, because these metals do not react with oxygen, moisture or any other chemical. So that's why these chemicals hence remain in pure form and they tarnish and remain shiny. Because of this, you know, because of this platinum, gold and silver are used for jewelry purpose, because वो अपनी shine, जो अपना luster होता है वो नहीं खोते, because वो react नहीं करते ना easily किसी के साथ, because वो least reactive होते हैं. So that's why. Now let's discuss another heading, that is, this is completes our chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Now we will be discussing different types of chemical phenomena. First phenomena that I am going to discuss with you is corrosion. What it is? It is corrosion. Corrosion. Now what is corrosion? Slow eating away. When you know, during the action, by the action of air and water reaction of air and water, a metal is slowly changes its form. Metal changes to a metal oxide, and that metal gets destroyed is called corrosion. और the commonest example आपने जो corrosion का देख रखा है, it is rusting. जंग लगना आयरन पे, this is an example of corrosion. That is rusting of iron. The rust is formed. That ferrous oxide or the iron oxide is called rust. Okay, and it is basic in nature. Please remember, students. Now, this is about the corrosion. Now, corrosion can be prevented with different types of ways, and you can adopt different types of methods. So, this corrosion is a chemical process of metal oxidation which takes place when the metal remains damp and in the air for a longer period of time. I'm going to give you one excellent example. There is an iron pillar near Qutub Minar in Delhi, and it is a meteorological wonder because it was 1600 years. 1600 years वो outside है, air आती है, water आता है, सब कुछ आता है, but it is not getting rusted. मतलब it's a meteorological wonder कि how it is not able to rust for such a long period of time. So, our ancestors have some magical things for them going on for them. So they can create meteorological wonder. They have such a high knowledge of science. Okay. So this is about corrosion. Now, this is when the iron oxides form in moist air to form brown rust, it is called rusting of iron. And this rusting of iron does not stop at surface but goes deep till all the metal is rusted away. How you will be seeing that if a pipe is for 10 years and if it is rusted, you will be seeing that inside also that pipe will start to rust. Okay, it destroys many iron fixtures in home and industry. So iron should be protected from rusting. You can adopt different methods जिससे हम iron को protect कर सकते हैं from rusting. One of the method is we can paint the iron. Okay, if there is a paint, then जो iron है और air है और water है, उसका कोई भी direct contact नहीं होता है. So one of the method is paint. Okay, or you can use other protective metals like zinc, because see the table, reactivity table. Zinc is above iron or below iron? It is below or above iron. So you can see that zinc, this is a metal, iron, and we can put a coating of zinc, and this coating of zinc or protective layer of zinc is called galvanizing. What it is called? It is called galvanizing. And the process is called galvanization. Okay. Similarly, nickel can also be put an a protective layer. Then it is called electron plating. Okay. Cooking utensils that we use for cooking purposes are made up of copper and brass, and these are protected with a protective coating of tin. To prevent corrosion, and this protective coating of tin is called tinning. What it is called? Okay, now how iron can be protected? Different metals are protected by different ways. Iron को हम protect कर सकते हैं by paint or electron plating or galvanizing. Okay. How? Copper and brass metal are protected by protecting a layer, or calling it as tinning. Tinning is a protective layer of tin is covered on this copper and brass utensils. Okay. There are some other metals that can corrode only on the surface, like silver. You know, आप अपने मम्मा से बोलना कि वो सिल्वर के आइटम्स निकालें कुछ फॉर लाइक मम्मा के पास कोई सिल्वर का कुछ भी हो एंड आस्क हर जो आपने बहुत टाइम से नहीं निकालो निकाल के देंगे. यू विल बी सीइंग ऑन द सिल्वर इफ इट इज प्योर सिल्वर अ ब्लैक लेयर इज formed. What? The silver gets blackened due to the formation of silver oxide sulfates. Silver oxides are formed. So silver sulfides are formed, and this reaction of silver with hydrogen sulfide gas to present in the air. So how silver reacts? Silver will get blackened if it is put in a presence of sulfur hydrogen sulfide gas. Hydrogen sulfide gas. So a blackened coating is appeared on silver. Only on the surface, not deep inside it will not go. Once this coating is formed, further reaction does not take place. Now, copper gets a coated of greenish bluish coating, this greenish brownish coating of the copper carbonate as a result of copper combining with carbon dioxide. जब भी बच्चों कॉपर आपके कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड के साथ रिएक्ट करती है, इट विल फॉर्म अ ग्रीनिश ब्राउनिश कोटिंग. आप अपने घरों में जो यूटेंसिल्स हो कॉपर के, यू विल बी सीइंग दैट उसमें ग्रीनिश कलर का एक लेयर जम रहा है. सो दैट्स हाउ द रिएक्शन टेक्स एंड इट्स ओनली ऑन द सरफेस. ओके, एंड इट generally occurs under the presence of moisture in the air. So this is corrosion. You know, aluminium also being exposed to air and moisture, that is water, begins to corrode, and this corrosion, that aluminium forms a protective coating on it, and this coating, this oxide is white in color. Okay, so that's why बच्चा हम लोग कहते हैं आप लोगों को कॉपर एल्युमिनियम की जो यूटेंसिल्स होते हैं, when you use them and it's become a little bit of like whitish but dull in color. So please do not use that again and again. Okay, don't try to clean it very rigorously, because वो protective layer आपके खाने को और एल्युमिनियम को react होने से भी बचाती है. So okay, so that's a protective layer is done on it. And so protect this copper and aluminium, a process is done which is called anodizing. What it is called? Anodizing. Okay, a process to protect copper and aluminium, anodizing, that is a protective layer is done on these metals. Now, next heading we will be studying is alloys. What are alloys? When different metals are mixed in a particular or a appropriate or a fixed proportion, then a metal or a new material is formed, that is called alloy. So the heading is alloys. Okay, what is alloys? Alloys, when different types of metal combine in a definite proportion, it forms alloys. Okay, now it can be metal also, it can be non-metal. So first alloy that we will be studying is stainless steel. Okay, now stainless steel. This is the most common alloy that has been using, and it's used by combining iron with carbon and some traces of other metals like chromium and nickel. You know, chromium is added so that it is resistant to rust. Iron easily rust हो जाता है, अगर बच्चा आप chromium ऐड करेंगे तो it is resistant, that is it stop or it fights against rust. Okay, it is resistance to rust. Second, bronze. Bronze is also an alloy. Now this bronze is made by combining copper, magnesium. Okay, how it is made? It is made by combining copper and magnesium, and it is used for making statues, bells, and utensils, coins also. Okay. Now, third is brass. Brass is also an alloy, and it is made by copper and zinc. Okay. Now, fourth, steel. Stainless steel and steel. Now, steel is only when we mix carbon and iron only. This stainless steel, iron, carbon with nickel, plus it can also add chromium also. Okay, these different types of metals are added. Now, fifth is nichrome. In it, nickel and our chromium is added. Okay. Now, there is another type of alloy is also given, duralumin. Now, this is a combination, is an alloy of aluminium, copper, magnesium and manganese. These all are metal and is very strong and light in weight. And it is used for making superior quality of your pressure cookers and aircrafts part. Okay. So, this is all about different types of alloys. Now, we will be discussing the use of metals and non-metals. We will be discussing the use of metals and non-metals. Uses of metals. Okay. Now, metals are used for making machines, automobiles, pipes, screws, nails, every type of things. It is used in the construction of buildings and bridges, in making utensils. Zinc and nickel can be used for coating iron from protection for protection from corrosion. Electric wires are made from metal, that is copper, aluminium can be used. Jewelry can be made from metals. Thermometers, fluorescent tubes contain vapors of mercury. So, lights is also made from metals. So, these are the uses of metals. Now, we will be discussing uses of non-metals. Uses of non-metals. Now, as metals are useful for various purposes, जब non-metals भी बहुत useful होते हैं हमारे लिए. Oxygen, one of the non-metal, oxygen is very much important because it helps us for breathing. It is very essential for our life. Hydrogen is used for synthesizing ammonia, and ammonia is used as a fertilizer. Okay, so this is the use of hydrogen. Carbon and nitrogen are a part of our living world, that is our food. And nitrogen fixation was done by bacteria because it is necessary by plants. Similarly, carbon is necessary by us because we eat glucose. Glucose is a form of carbon. Coal and petroleum are carbon products, and carbon is a non-metal. So, these are used as a fuel and as a base for plastic also. Plastic is made from coal, petroleum and natural gases because these polymers are made. Now, graphite. Graphite is a form of carbon, and carbon is a non-metal and it is used in our pencils and as a lubricant also. Sulfur. Sulfur is used to create sulfuric acids in batteries and various other ways, also in labs also. Now, this phosphorus is used in matchsticks, fireworks and medicine. Now, this is all about this chapter, metals and non-metals. Now, we will be discussing all the exercise related to this chapter. Now, okay, please students, go through this all the chapter, and then we will be discussing the exercise.